Salve, this is Professor Silverblink, here to read to you Spring Travel, Catullus 46, in Latin, and then to translate it. So this poem is like most of the poems below the 60s in the Catullus collection. It's in hendecasyllabics, which hopefully you're starting to get comfortable with now, starting to hear the rhythm. And if you need to practice, I encourage you to listen to my reading a few times or try to read along. And we know that in hendecasyllabics, Catullus usually starts with 3 long syllables. Now, there's an option for him to make the first 2 short. So in the first 2 syllables of a hendecasyllabic line, we could swap out a short for a long, but Catullus generally avoids that. And we'll see that in this poem, there are absolutely no exceptions to lines starting with 3 longs. So an exceptionally regular poem, perhaps in a way that conjures the happy, healthy effect of spring in one step. Okay. Iam vere gelidos refer tepores, iam caeli furor aequinoctialis, iucundis eferi silescitauris. Linquantor frigi Catulle campi, ni caeae quager uber aestuosae, ad clara sasiae volemus orbes, iam mens prae trepidans avet vagari, iam laeti studio pedes vigescunt, o dulces comitum valete coitus. Scrolling down a little bit now. Getting back to my cursor. Okay, where were we? I'll start here again. O dulces comitum valete coitus, longe quos simul a domo profectos, diversae variae viae reportant. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit and walk through a literal translation. So in this first sentence, from iam to auris, our first subject is the where. And we may notice that iam is repeated twice at the beginning of both the first and second line. So now, or already. So spring brings back or returns the egelidos tepores. So egelidos is from a combination of ex and gelidos meaning cold. So this is the equivalent, it's called an ex privative. It's when you put an e or an x at the beginning of something and negate its meaning that way. In Greek, we have the alpha privative that does the same thing. So now spring brings back the not chilly warmths. Now, furor, the frenzy of the equinoctial heaven, meaning the stormy nature of the sky during the equinox, the wintry seasons. So now the spring brings back not cold warmth, and now the frenzy of the heaven, the equinoctial heaven, grows silent with the pleasant breezes of zephyr. Now the next line, liquantor frigii Catulle campi. So our subject here is the fields. Fields. And then linquantor is the verb. Let the fields be left behind, the fields, the Phrygian fields. So liquantor is a jussive subjunctive, one of the independent uses of the subjunctive, distinguished from hortatory, which is usually associated with the first person. Let's do something instead of let the fields be abandoned, Catullus. So Catullus is speaking to himself in the vocative, putting his identity in the poem, as we've seen before. And we're also going to apply linquantor to ager uber, so the fertile field of Nicaea, and Nicaea itself agrees with aestuosae, sweltering. Again, let the let the Phrygian fields or plains be left behind, Catullus, and also the fertile field of sweltering Nicaea. Instead, we're going to go somewhere else. Volemus. Let us fly. So this is from volo, volare, meaning to fly. Let us fly. This is a hortatory subjunctive. To ad claras orbes, to the cities, the famous cities of Asia. Now, okay, we've got yam again. Now the mind, trembling with anticipation, or agitated, but in a good way here. Now the lively mind craves to wander, or yearns to wander. Now the feet, happy with a zeal, vigescunt, are strengthened, become strong. So now the mind, the excited mind wants to wander, craves to wander, and now the feet, happy with zeal, become strong. Literal spring in the step, as Julia Geisser puts it. Because there's vigorousness associated with the spring season happening to the feet, which is very nice. Spring in the step. Okay, and then moving on, Catullus goes on to say, "Oh, sweet coitus, union of genitive plural, friends, farewell." And although the subject here, coitus, is singular, Catullus kind of just makes a logical grammatical slippage by going into a plural imperative here, with the general idea that he's saying goodbye to the friends rather than to the union or farewell. So, oh, sweet union of friends. Farewell, y'all. Kind of makes sense in English, too. Whom, so quos is setting up a relative clause. Whom, because this is accusative, quos. So what's the subject of the relative clause? The viae, and that's modified by the diversae. So the diverse roads bring back in various ways whom, having set out together from home. And then longe is actually considered to be part of this relative clause, even though it comes before it. So putting it all together in English that makes sense. Oh, sweet union of buddies, farewell. Buddies whom the diverse paths variously carry back after having gone forward together or having been summoned together from home for a long time. Once more, rather quickly. Now spring brings back the unchilly warmths. Now the frenzy of the equinoctial heaven silences or grows quiet or grows restful with the pleasant breezes of zephyr. Catullus, let the Phrygian fields be left behind, and the fertile field of sweltering Nicaea. Let us fly to the famous or illustrious cities of Asia. Now the mind, trembling with anticipation, craves wandering. Now the feet, happy with zeal, grow strong or vigorous. Oh, sweet union of comrades, farewell, whom, having come forth together from home, diverse roads bring you back in different ways. And then longe is, I think, working with profecto. So having together gone been sent forward for a long time, implying that they've been where they are for a long time and now they need to go home. Valete.